Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Badfish. Welcome back to Gone Gaming and another episode in the beautiful city of San Pedro. Today, as you saw from the thumbnail, we're going to be tackling some more utilities, making ourselves a nice recycling plant, making it look cool. So we're going to jump into a live play here, guys, just going to show you where we're thinking about putting that down. But I hope you enjoy the episode. Alright guys, welcome back to our beautiful corporate cereal mill from last episode. Look at that beautiful bastard. So nice. So nice compared to everything around it. Anyway, let's go talk about what we're going to be doing today as I scroll out here a little bit. So, we have our utility plants. We have our water reclamation plant over here. It looks nice. He's doing good. We have our big power plant. We're going to have to make another power plant eventually. We might do like nuclear power or something because we will need more power once we put in the big cities. But I'm thinking right in this area, since it's kind of, smack dab in the middle of the map, more or less, I want to put a big recycling center. And I want to get rid of this god-awful intersection I made. That is just, like, it's not even spaghetti because it's not that many roads. It's just ugly. It's gross. So we're gonna fix that up, make a new intersection here, a new exit here, and I think we're gonna put a nice big recycling center right in here and get rid of these two little incinerator plants that I've kept for far too long. And I think that's the plan for today. So I hope you guys enjoy the build. We're gonna go ahead, jump into a little time-lapse action for you. So I'll see you in there, and yeah. So, first order of business obviously had to be getting rid of that disgusting intersection that I'm just ashamed of myself. Honestly, it looked gross. I don't know what I was thinking. It was like just two weird circles that kind of looped around each other. I don't know. Wasn't about it. Definitely didn't look realistic. So, I'm just trying to make a different kind of exit here. I think it ends up looking pretty good. I tried to mess around with like having a road just go through it to get them to go back and forth, but as you can see, those are a little bit of an intense drop off right there. I mean, I don't know, you're trying to get off the highway and then you take a 30-foot plunge in your car. Might not be the most relaxing Sunday drive. I don't know. So I end up going with these like loopy roads on the outside. I leave one half kind of in the ground and one half coming up. I think they end up looking pretty good though. I don't really know what it is. It kind of looks like one of those old school steering wheels that like you give to a little kid, and I don't know. It maybe like a speed racer steering wheel. I don't know. It's not any of those things. It's a highway exit, so I don't even know why I'm trying to do this. So I use just traffic manager to clean it up a little bit, and we're good. We're off to the races now. We're gonna head into our recycling center over here. So I got this modular pack off the workshop. It's one of like the most popular recycling plant packs. So you might have seen it before, but it looks really nice and it really makes it easy to create some cool areas. So I didn't want to only use the pack though. I wanted to, add my own spin on things, of course. So we will add, some detailing that's not based on this pack. And I really wanted a road to run through it. Strict Toaster did a thing back in Arrowhead Junction where he had a tunnel running through his recycling plant, which I thought was neat, but I am more partial to bridges. I like being able to see the cars kind of driving right up over everything and having, like the little back alleys and shadows and things at play. I enjoy that a lot. So I wanted to make a nice bridge and pop that in there. So that way people can see their trash as they drive out. They can be ashamed of themselves as they drive out because they have that vantage point. They can see all the garbage they're making. Disgusting animals. So now I'm just adding in. You're not disgusting, guys. I'm sorry. I'm cranky this morning. I haven't had my coffee yet. So just putting in like some little concrete parking lots and things and just putting all concrete out really. I didn't really expect there to be green space around here. And then now I'm adding in these giant trash piles. I'm adding a little bit of texture by adding like piles of coal and like reclaimed wood and crap like that, just to, you know, not have it just be one giant gray blob. You know, I don't think people are throwing out coal these days, but for all we know, that's just some darker trash. It's the wet trash. So let it go, guys. Come on. And these decals I put down, I'm gonna end up deleting half of them because they were clipping like nobody's business. It was real annoying. Like every time I'd scroll out, yeah, you can see it right there. It just turned from like white to brown and then back to white. So learned something new today. Don't mix two different kinds of decals or you're gonna have a bad time. Or at least two different kinds of decals that are that polar opposite in color, maybe. I don't know. But it ended up looking not good, not what you want. So took those out, switched it back. We have our garbage pile. It's gross, it's stinky, but it's ours, and we made it. So we should be proud of ourselves. So now I'm just fencing in the property so that way the garbage doesn't grow legs and try to run away. And just to keep, you know, hooligans out that might want to steal your old milk carton. I don't know. They're always fenced in though, so it makes sense. And I'm just adding some like extra fences around the property because, you know, we're gonna have like parking lots and things like that. So I wanted those to be fenced in and kind of delineated away from the actual road system. I didn't want them to just be able to come right into the road. So like this is gonna be like a big parking lot for trucks and things like that. So I wanted to have it more or less closed off. And don't worry, I had entrances. I'm not like that sadistic kid in The Sims who doesn't want to put doors on their house or doesn't want to put ladders in the swimming pool. And those of you out there who've done that, you know who you are. And I just want you to remember, we know what you did. And those Sims know what you did too. I was always that kid in The Sims that would just like try to make them the top of whatever career path they were going for. I don't know why I got like very much satisfied by that. I don't know, maybe that was foreshadowing. I don't know. So going ahead, putting in these cranes, and then I wanted to do like a reclaimed junk pile as well. So I wanted a place where people can go ahead and you know, when they throw out valuable things, this is where it goes. So if people want to come buy scrap or if they sell it to melters or whatever, I don't know. And this, so at first when I was putting this stuff down, I thought it was like all metal and electronics. As you scroll in, you notice there's a lot of couches and beds and like burnt out furniture, which might not be the best example of valuable trash that you want to keep. So I'm not going to scroll in. I think that's the lesson learned, and we're gonna pretend that's metal and electronics because that's what I say it is, and this is my town. You cannot tell me otherwise. I mean, you can. You have comments down below. You have that power. So never mind. So just adding in some more damage. I felt like the concrete was just way too nice around here, especially with all of the, you know, big like front loaders and bucket trucks and things coming in through there. You don't want to have it like be pristine concrete because that's some heavy-ish, and that stuff is going to crack some concrete. So I'm gonna add some more damage just around the entire property before it's all said and done, scuff it up a little bit more. I really enjoy making these like industrial properties. That's probably why I've made so many of them. I don't know, something about like the grimy side of cities and like having it, I don't know, trying to make it ugly. It's like almost like a bigger challenge to make things ugly in this game because I think, you know, at the base, the developers want this to make beautiful cities, not necessarily grimy, gross ones. So I enjoy, you know, putting in the grime, you know, scuffing her up a little bit. I think that's, it's a rewarding feeling for me. And then now I'm trying to figure out truck parking. I did my best on this, to be honest with you. It's a little unrealistic when it is filled out, just because the trucks closest to the fence don't have a lot of room to maneuver. But, you know, it is what it is, you know? People make crappy parking lots all the time. I saw a parking space at a supermarket once that had a lamppost in the middle of it, but it like still was a parking space. Like, why even put the line down at that point? Like, what's the point there? So maybe this isn't the worst parking lot. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. That's another thing with Cities Skylines, is that you realize you try to make things too perfect sometimes, and cities are not like that. Like, there's gonna be some weird looking stuff that people are gonna look at and go, that doesn't make any sense. And they're like, well, Boston was founded in 17 whatever. Actually, it was like the 1600s. I should really know that exact date. I love history. I should know when Boston was founded. But regardless, they'll be like, it was founded in whenever, 1600, and that's why that road's there. And it's like, well, why didn't you demolish it? Because it doesn't look great. But, that is what it is. So we're going to throw in some power stations here. I just wanted to have like a cool connection to the power line. I think that I don't like just having a random power line just like plop down and have like no infrastructure around it. So I like those little transfer stations. And then now I'm just adding in some more lines and stuff. Just, to say, don't park here or whatever. Don't drive here either. Maybe this is where all the employees smoke, so they don't want them to get hit by cars. So just putting down some yellow lines, making it look nice. And just, I think it adds, the line work, it can be tedious and boring, but it does add a good amount to the space and the realism of it. And, that's what we're going for. So I try to find another place to put these lines. That was really the only place that worked. So there we go. We got lines. And that's going to be about it for the lines. So I'm now just throwing in some bollards around things, like where I felt like they might crash into stuff. I just wanted to make sure there was bollards there to protect the buildings. And then, of course, you need that good old employee parking. Don't forget about your employees, people. They need parking too. I worked at a place that I literally had to take a company shuttle from my parking lot to the building. That was like a 15-20 minute ride, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have to wake up 40 minutes earlier every day, it weighs on you. So don't forget your employee parking. It's an important lesson I learned. And then just, again, more employee parking, so that way they can have places to stay. We'll fill those out with cars in a little bit. I do fence in this little area, and then I put a little entrance in. I need to find if I can find a smaller chain link fence gate, because I don't need these gigantic sprawling gates on everything. But I mean, they work for big lots like that, but that little part, I wanted a smaller asset, so I'll have to look into that. And like I said, we're just gonna go ahead, scuff things up, add some different scarring to the area, different tire marks, so to show that the trucks have been going in and out of there. And in a little bit here, I kind of get stumped on what else to add, but I think we figure out a couple cool things. So there is going to be a couple of jumps in between the scenes. That's just because I didn't want to just have you guys looking at a still screen while I was trying to figure out what to add next. So I do apologize for that, but I think it was all worth it because we do add some cool stuff. Putting in some lighting. I've learned from my other industrial areas not to forget your lighting, because then they're just black blobs at nighttime and nobody wants that. So I just want to make sure this is fairly well lit, especially, they might have people coming in the evenings to do some cleanup, or in the early mornings to start processing things. So you want to make sure that you have a well lit landscape. And right here, I'm trying to figure out, Ultimate Eye Candy wasn't working for some reason, so I gave up on it. I got it to work later, but just adding in some floodlights to illuminate the garbage pile, and then popping in our water and stuff so they stop yelling at me. And here's our cars. So guys, I finally have a good variety of cars that aren't vanilla, that you can look at my parking lots and not be angry about them. So there's no more vanilla cars, and they actually have variety. So it's a big day for us over here at Gone Gaming, having actual parking lots that look like people actually want to live there. So now I'm just adding in some trees just to kind of block the view from the highway. That's something I saw on a lot of the different recycling centers that I looked up on Google Earth. They'll just have these very manicured line of trees at the entrance just to kind of block the view of all the nasty stuff that's going on. And then right here, I'm adding a little broken down alleyway. We're gonna put some dudes in here working the alleyway, fixing stuff up. At the end of the episode, I never have scrolled into these guys' faces. I do at the end of the episode, and let's just say you're in for quite a treat when you see what those dudes look like. It's pretty awesome. So now just adding some signage and stuff. I realized that's like a disgusting amount of signs, so I took them all off, and then we ended up with only 2 on the main building. And then I put one out here just to have a sign on the highway so people know that, hey, this is the recycling patch, as if the giant garbage pile was not, enough of a notice. But whatever, I digress. So this is just gonna about do it for the time lapse, guys. We're gonna jump into a nice little live play to check everything out, look at those dudes' faces that I was mentioning, and then we'll do the little cinematics at the end here. But definitely let me know down below what you thought of the build. I love getting feedback on stuff. What would you have added? What did you like about it? And let me know some other things you want to see in San Pedro. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into a live play. I'll see you on the other side. Alright friends, well that is gonna do it for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. I love seeing these garbage trucks come in and out. Let's go through what we did today, because we did some fun stuff. Some good old ugly industrial area. That's what we come here for. So we got our truck parking here. I probably shouldn't have put them this close to the fence. I mean, that is not a lot of room to maneuver a truck, but hey, you know what? They parked there. They made that choice. They did it. Over here, just coming through like a back alley to where the dumpsters are serviced, cleaned, whatever they do with them. Maybe they just sit there. I don't know. A little power station, transfer station thing. Some employee parking because they need places to park too. Employees matter too, guys. So we got to make sure that we do parking for them as well. And then, of course, all of our truck parking, because that's the breadwinners right there. Look at these guys. These are really good assets. These look really nice. But yeah, they look great. And then, of course, our gigantic, disgusting garbage pile. You can't make garbage like that anymore. They just don't make garbage like they used to, guys. Look at that. Ew. That's disgusting. And then, of course, where our actual, like, salvageable stuff goes, we have a little salvage yard, the ferrous and metals yard. I like this bridge. Does it make much sense? No, it doesn't. When I told the community planning people, I told them it was for a bypass lane, but the real reason is I just think it looks nice. And it does, it looks nice. And then down here I just put in like a broken down alley, like they're fixing or something. These guys will never move. Oh my god, that's what their faces look like. That's hilarious. I'm so happy about that. Like, oh, okay, we're moving too, whoa. Okay, we're moving too much. Let's see, does the other face look like this? Oh my goodness. I've never noticed this. Oh, that's so good. There's nothing better than that. That makes me so happy. Alright, so we got those doofuses fixing some stuff over there. But that's pretty much it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. We're going to jump into a couple cinematics here just to round out everything. I do apologize for the cinematics. I forgot to reset the roads back to US roads. I forget I have to do that every single time I load in now. I'm new to this, okay? I'm new to this road game. So the cinematics will not have these nice roads, but the rest of it will. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.